Let's turn now to new concerns about safety on our roads. U.S. Park Police now have fewer restrictions for car chases. Under President Trump's new executive order, park police officers can engage in a pursuit even when D.C. police would not be allowed to. The Trump administration says this will help reduce crime. However, court records show that out of the 10 U.S. Park Police car chases, 6 of them resulted in crashes. Joining us now to talk more about this is Bethany Young. Bethany is the policy director of the D.C. Justice Lab. It's a nonprofit who focuses on understanding how D.C.'s current legal policies impact residents. Bethany, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Look, before we get to you, though, I do want to play what the Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum, had to say about this last week. Check it out.
I was shocked to find out when we were talking to him, like, oh, you pull somebody over and they just drive away and you can't pursue them? I mean, like, and they said, no, we can't. They said, all rules. We got that rule changed in 24 hours because of President Trump's leadership. The next night, they had so much fun. They pulled people over. They started to take off. They chased them. They stopped them. And then the bad guys, some of these were in cars that had stolen plates. So they take the plate off. They steal them off somebody else's car. They know the plate doesn't match. They know they're doing this thing. The bad guys in the car said, What, you're not supposed to chase us. Like, you're breaking the rules. The bad guys are telling us, no, we're back in action. So it's like, and so the morale is high. They all wanted to say thank you to you.
So, Bethany, you just heard from Burgum there. You heard the laughter, too, but explaining why these restrictions were lifted. So why were they in effect in the first place? What impact did they have on D.C. residents?
Sure. Police chases are one of the most dangerous tactics that law enforcement can engage in. There are thousands of deaths, and a lot of those deaths are of bystanders and passengers. Policing experts, the Department of Justice at some point has said that this is one of the most dangerous practices that police can engage in. In recognition of that, local leadership, locally elected by local D.C. residents, passed a law in 2022, which was modified in 2024, but the crux of it is the same, that in the district, those chases are quite limited in when it can happen. And that is when there has been a violent crime, there is imminent risk of death or serious injury to someone, and there are not safer alternatives. So the prior policy of the park police, I think, largely paralleled that. And the reasoning behind this is because of what we know about the toll of this kind of practice in D.C.
You hit on it a little bit, alluded to it a little bit, but what's at stake now in your opinion and the opinion of your organization now that these protections are being rolled back?
It's dangerous. We're in an urban area, a heavily populated area. You just rolled footage about what happened in Temple Hills. Imagine cars driving at upwards of 80 miles an hour or faster through city streets. It endangers children, all kinds of pedestrians, bicyclists. The benefit of this kind of tactic is far outweighed by the risk to life.
And as with so many other issues, I would imagine it would impact some residents, neighborhoods, also just people in D.C. more than others.
Yeah, I mean, some of the reporting that we've seen so far is that a lot of the activity is in Ward 7 and 8, which are kind of more populated by minority residents as well as poor residents. So kind of in a continuation of what has been their experience with law enforcement in the past, they're being over-policed and placed at high risk of danger to their life and their families' lives because of where they live.
What, as we near the end of our interview here, what is your response to that argument? Well, police have had their hands tied and, criminals can just know they can just drive off. What's your response to that?
The research, the evidence refutes that, that they're in cities where they have banned the practice or severely limited, they have not seen an increase in crime. And the pursuits that we're talking about that the park police have engaged in, the reporting has been that all of them started as traffic violations. So we're not talking about high stakes takedowns. We're talking about low level minor infractions and a huge risk to human life to chase down these people for these very minor violations.
Okay, Bethany Young, thank you for joining us. Bethany is the policy director of the D.C. Justice Lab. We appreciate your time, your insight as well.